Hello and welcome back to Wireman's Whimsy. This is our first card using the Gallery Blooms stamp set and dies. We're adding in the blooming phrases, which is not part of the suite, but I just love the script on these ones. And we're using the Damask Designs embossing folder, which is part of the Gallery Blooms suite. So this one is done in Pretty in Pink with the folder for the frame on the inside, and the frame is cut. It's the smaller frame from the dies from the Gallery Bloom set, and we've cut the flower out. We've stamped it in Mossy Meadow, and we've cut it out with the die. So as I said in the introduction video, I'm going to do this in more of a kind of a vintage vibe, a little bit doing a different color scheme than I normally do. And so I'm just going to pull in a piece of paper to stamp on because I'm going to be stamping away, and then I need to do the background, and I'm going to do the background in the Mossy Meadow ink, and it's just using the large peony stamp and going around the edge. Now, we also need to come in a little bit into the middle because we're going to see it through the frame. So let's just go ahead and get stamping. So I'm just going to ink this up and come in and stamp it down. And again, coming in, keeping in mind that I'm going to need some fill in the middle as well. So inking up that stamp and coming in at the bottom. I'm filling as much space as possible. For this one, I really don't want any kind of empty spaces. So the background will be busy. It kind of reminds me, we've got the Botanical Textures, that's the black and white. Yes, it's the Botanical Textures paper that's kind of a black and white look. So, and I'm not worried about this here because that's where the greeting's going to go. And we're just going to pop this one down here like this. And there we go. So that's our background. I am just going to fill in a little bit at the top there, and that's done. So let's close this up. And we'll put these pieces over. I've already run this through the folder. So I'm going to color in the peonies now. I'm going to use dark and light cherry cobbler and then dark flirty flamingo. So we'll see how this goes. I haven't actually done this. So I'm just going to do just a little bit of coloring in. Just some of the darker areas I'm going to be blending over top, and keeping in mind that this is inked in Mossy Meadow. It's not inked in Memento or anything like that. So if we do too much coloring on it, it will start to blur the stamping that we've done. So I'm just going to, like I say, add that little bit of color in, and then I'm going to come in with light cherry cobbler and just pull a little bit. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult to determine where the leaves and where the petals are, but I'm just going to come in, just add a little bit of depth with this color. And then I'm going to do the rest in the dark flirty flamingo. And we're just going to blend over top of all of that. And we'll just keep coloring this in. Okay. And the same at the top here. Just going to color. I'm just going to move it away from the other area. Here we go. And we're just going to keep pulling that color and blending, blending, blending. There we go. Okay, we'll just keep pulling this color around. So you can tell I'm thinking about what I'm doing because I'm not talking a lot, but I'm just keep going over and adding a little bit of the Flirty Flamingo just to tone, just to darken some of the areas that are a little bit lighter. Okay, so there we go. Okay, and then I'm coming in with pumpkin pie because I don't have a crushed curry marker, so, or blend. So I'm just going to come in, I'm just going to add in just the centers, just slightly different in the middle there. And we're just going to pop that in like that. And then I'm going to come in with my light Mossy Meadow and just add a little bit of color to the leaves. So not a lot. I don't want to erase the stamping that's underneath it. I still want that to show through. So I'm just coming in lightly and only doing like one kind of pass with the color. There we go, like that. Just filling in some gaps, and there we go. Okay, so let's build our card now. So we've got all of our layers. I'm just going to flat mount the backing onto, like I say, just flat mount the card base. I can move this piece of paper now, get it out of the way. And we're going to add this down just like this, making sure that I have the card the correct way. And I'm going to dimensionalize the this border, make sure that I've got this the right way up. Yes, I do. This is the back. And I'm just going to come around, just dimensionalize this up. And I'm using up all of my edges here. And then we're just going to peel these off and we're going to add it to the front. And as usual, you can let me know which one you prefer, whether you prefer the more subtle tones in the Mossy Meadow and the very vanilla, or if you prefer the brighter tones with the Pretty in Pink and the basic white. Okay, let's grab some more dimensionals, and we're going to just pop one down like that and one down like that, and I'm going to be tucking the end under, so it's not critical that I have a dimensional at the bottom, but we are just going to tuck that down. I don't want it to poke all the way through, but this is going to overlap the frame a little bit. And remember, I said I'm not worried about this. This is where the greeting's going to go. So I'm going to tuck this, if it'll tuck. Is it gonna tuck? Come on, you can tuck. It's not glued down there, so it should tuck. There we go. We're just going to put the greeting in like that. So I'm going to put a dimensional in the middle, like that. And I don't know if I've got any bling. Oh, I can use the gold bling from the Strawberry Slush set. Okay, so there's our greeting. And where have I put my bling? So this is the Strawberry Slush and Pretty in Pink, which as well will be available May 5th. This whole suite will be available May 5th. I'm going to use the gold ones, and I'm just going to pop one down there like that, one over here like that, and then let's pop one in the middle of it like that. You don't see them a lot, but they just add that subtle bit of bling. And if you wanted to, you could add some Wink of Stella, but let me know which you prefer and what colors that you would do this in. So thank you so much for watching, and let's create together again soon.